What's going on, guys? What is it? Today's Wednesday. Oh man, sometimes time just flies by when all you're doing is sitting over here pressing buttons and making money. Had some beautiful, beautiful opportunities in the market the past few days. Really, just beautiful, actually. Just just beautiful. Really, some beautiful opportunities. So I want to talk about what's gapping up today, the overall markets, the SPY, all that fun stuff. We're going to take a look at all of it, all of that action once everybody kind of gets in here. Once we have people kind of showing up for the party a little bit late here, a little bit late. If you guys are just now tuning in for the first time ever, I don't know why you would just now be tuning in for the first time ever, but if you are just now tuning in for the first time ever, don't be afraid to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you'll know, whenever I go live here on YouTube. All right, all right. Obviously, the big news still overall for the markets is the coronavirus. The market's been selling off. There's been a lot of small cap stocks as well popping up because of possible news. The biotech stocks, news of having a cure or some type of some medication for the coronavirus. All right, but let's take a look at what stocks are gapping up today. Let's take a look here at what's gapping up and what we should be keeping an eye on today. Right now, currently, look at the Gapper list. This is the Trade Ideas Gapper list. SLS, IFRX, LEDS, JMIA, and UUUUUU popping up there. NNVC also popping up there as well. NNVC's been popping up and dropping all week. So we'll take a look here at those stocks. Let's do it. All right. So first thing we're looking at here is NNVC. This thing's just been popping up and dropping and popping up and dropping. Here today, it's at $8.50. It's got, what has it got? It's got 170,000 shares traded so far. But you can see pretty much, look at this pattern the past few days, getting some pops and then some pretty big drops afterwards. So be careful in NVC. I'd be a little suspect about this one. I wouldn't be too quick to try to jump in on all that action. Sarif asked me how I'm doing today. I'm doing good. I'm green so far this week. Monday, Tuesday, making money in the market while the market's been red. So I'm not complaining. That's for sure. Definitely not complaining. Hopefully we can keep the green streak going today. Gonna wait till the market opens to see what opportunities afford us today or what opportunities arise. Other than NNVC, we've got SLS on top of the Gapper list this morning. You can see SLS here. It's the 5-minute chart up there to $2.90. Currently, the pre-market high is $2.89. So basically, that $2.89, $2.90 area acting as resistance here. And if you look, this is daily chart. Look at the date. I guess this is I don't even know. I don't know what's going on with this daily chart here. But if you just look back here, trying to see what's going on here, SLS. Not really sure why this thing's looking all funky, but it's right now stuck at $2.90. SLS is showing that it's got a 1.9 million share float. It's up 34%. It's got 368,000 shares traded so far, SLS. So we'll see what happens if it can pop above $2.90 and then maybe push up there to $3. You can see there's some pretty big resistance here at the $3 area as well. So $2.90 to $3 area, kind of a battleground here for SLS. I'm not really jumping out of my seat to trade that one there. But let's take a look. IFRX this morning gapping up there to the 525 area, pulling back down now to the 475s. You can see here on the chart that $5 area being previous resistance there, $5 pushing up above there, but then getting hammered back below that $5 now. And we'll kind of keep an eye. I think keep an eye on IFRX above $5. Above $5 would be something to maybe keep an eye on. I think below $5, not much really to worry about there. What else we got going on? LEDs, LEDs. What do you call it? LEDs or LEDs? LEDs. Huh. I don't know. What else we got going on? Someone's talking about COCP. COCP, I know it's been bouncing around the last couple days. Today, they're below $2 now, below $2. Yesterday, the high of day was $2.67. Today, we're sitting at $1.87. Looking like there's a little bit of support kind of in this area, that $1.80, $1.70, maybe a little bit lower, but you can see a little bit of kind of support here, $1.79 to basically like a $1.65 area. So some area of consolidation here to keep an eye on. COCP, maybe if it gets down there and kind of just goes sideways for a little bit, might be an opportunity for a little short squeeze action. So we'll see what happens there on COCP. No real big economic news today other than obviously the market just kind of getting crushed the past few days. Popping up on the scanner, but not really having any action there. If you're just now tuning in, here's the gapper list. We're keep a close eye on these stocks today. They're gapping up. Not a lot of big gappers. SLS really with the biggest gap so far. Looks like today might be another day of volatility in the markets. TVIX yesterday going from what it went. It went from $60 all the way up there to $80. So basically, if you bought the dip here at open on TVIX and somehow you were just like, I'm going to hold it till 80. Well, had a $20 move from $59, $60 area up there to $80. The high yesterday was right there at $79, $70, $80. Yeah, $80 on the dot there. And this morning right now, kind of pull it back as the SPY is kind of trying to figure out which way it wants to go. Futures right now, everything kind of trying to figure out if we can stay green here, if we can push up. This is what I'm watching right here. I'm watching this 315 area here on the SPY. You can see right now we got this overall trend. You can see pretty clearly here this overall trend. I don't even really need to draw a line, but I'll do it just because. Really just kind of bouncing off that VWAP right now. That VWAP kind of acting as our support. Looks like 313.40 area might be in play here for maybe a dip buy for a push up towards that 315 area here at open. That's what I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be watching to see if we can kind of hold this overall trend and then look for maybe a squeeze back to that 315 area. Not sure that we're going to go right to the moon today, but expecting some decent volatility. Obviously, yesterday getting some beautiful volatility there from the 324 area on the SPY down there to 312. And this morning, all the way down there at 309. So some great opportunities trading the futures and trading equities futures. So great stuff. GHSI popping up on someone's scanner. Little 33-cent little penny stocker. It's bouncing around. I don't personally trade stocks under $1, but if that's something that you're into, GHSI got a pre-market high so far there at the $38 area, but pulling back pretty hard, back down there to 33 cents. So something just to keep an eye on, but right now looking a little weak. ATP went parabolic yesterday. Must be a different name. TNXP, what's up with TNXP? TNXP up 95% currently, under $1. That's one of the reasons it's not on the scanner, because I don't, like I said, don't trade stocks under $1. It's just a personal thing. But you can see here TNXP going from 42 cents now. Pre-market high so far is 87 cents. It's got 14 million shares traded, and it's trying to push up here. It's trying to push up here to that 88 cents pre-market, 87 cent pre-market high. Looking here at FOSL, this is Fossil. This is Fossil Watches, really getting hammered, down 18% currently from the 530s. This stock, look at the daily chart here on this stock. It's just been getting hammered for quite some time, basically since the end of 2019 there in November from $13 now down there to $4.33. Not really catching a bid anywhere along the way, but still something to keep an eye on today. FOSL might be some continued selling today, but right now volume just looking a little low with 47,000 shares traded. So FOSL, I'm going to keep it on my watch list just in case it continues to just kind of sell there. Also, we got SDC selling off this morning. It's down 23%. So some opportunities for some shorts. Just some stocks to keep an eye on. FOSL has a 45 million share float, so it's a little bit bigger of a float there. I don't know if you guys can even see it on the Gap scanner, but it's there on the Gapper scanner as the biggest loser or the second biggest loser right now. And still pretty much everything we've already talked about. SLS, IFRX, U, and LEDS. We haven't looked at JMIA yet. So we'll take a look at that here. Right now, futures bouncing there off the 138 area, 140 area, a little bit of support there. So we'll see. I think that's going to pretty much be right in line with that dip that we were talking about on the SPY. Maybe a little bit lower here, but right now kind of holding that overall trend. We'll see if this is going to kind of push back up from here. I'm kind of forcing myself right now to wait for the market to open before jumping in here. Although I want to, I'm just trying to have a little bit more patience and let the market open, because yesterday we had a similar move. We had a little rally right at open, and then it just got hammered the rest of the day. So that's what I'm going to wait for. I'm waiting for the real volume to come in there. Right now, the SPY, like I said, looking like it wants to kind of trend higher from here. We got that 315 resistance here pretty strong yesterday. That 315 area holding it down after hours and during the market hours. So we'll keep an eye on that 315, over 315, looking for maybe a little push back up. Maybe, I don't know, 320 area? Pushing back up here. If it can find some buyers to want to push here, 320 kind of makes sense there. That would be nice. That would be a nice little rally there. What else? Like we said, SLS, just kind of getting hammered back down there, 250 area. The problem with these stocks, a lot of times when you see these stocks like this, where they pop up big pre-market and then they just kind of lose all their momentum, you just got to be careful. You don't want to just be that guy who's just buying a stock as it's up. Oh, it's up 22%. It's time to buy. Well, it doesn't mean that's going to continue to go higher. So that's something to always keep in mind. Definitely want to be careful just buying anything and everything pre-market. We didn't look at JMIA, did we? JMIA, it's got 58,000 shares traded so far this morning. A little bit of a curl back up yesterday, getting pretty much crushed from the 570 area down there to 4. Now trying to find a little bit of a bounce here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'm trying to just kind of keep an eye on these stocks, but literally you can see the gappers, all the green stocks. No stocks over 1 million shares traded for green today. Normally we see a big mover. We see some stocks that are gapping up big. We want to see a lot of volume, a lot of action. That's just not what we're getting today. And I'll tell you one thing about trading. And one thing that is a lifelong lesson, rule, something you just got to always hold true to yourself, is that you just got to have patience. Patience. Wait for the right opportunities, and when those opportunities arise, let's hit them hard. Let's hit them hard when they arise. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? TNXP, someone just asked about that one again. Kyle asked about TNXP. Like I said, I don't trade stocks under $1. It's just a personal thing. No real reason other than just I don't know. I just don't trade stocks under $1. But you can see that TNXP today going from 44 cents now up there to 80 cents again. Pre-market high is 87 cents. And looking like she wants to get up there towards $1 today. We've had some stocks recently kind of doing that where they just want to push to that dollar area, that whole dollar area, and really there's a gap in the chart all the way up there to what, $1.60 area. So okay, whatever. We'll keep an eye on it. TNXP. What's up with my boy NVIDIA today? NVIDIA this morning, a little bit of a bounce back here from the 258 area. I don't know. I'm still not sold on the idea that we're gonna start to rally again or start to bounce back, but we'll see. We'll see what happens today. Like I said, that 315 area for the SPY is kind of that key area to watch. It's what I'm watching right now. Still, it's not sure that there's enough of a catalyst to be like, hey, it's time to go back. This is all we're gonna get for a sell-off. But we've definitely been selling pretty hard the last 2 days, so there's always a chance to get a little bounce back, little bounce back, a little bit of hope, and then maybe get hammered back down after that. So we'll see if the market is going to try to get some movement to the upside here today after yesterday's big sell-off, and then the sell-off before so Monday, Tuesday, Friday. We've been selling off for basically the last 4 days, red. So maybe today will be a little bounce back, a little bit of a relief for people out there who are hurting right now for in their accounts or whatever it is. Beyond Meat this morning, it's up 5%. Wow, okay. I guess maybe Beyond Meat cured the coronavirus. Who knew? Who would have thought that being a vegan would actually cure the coronavirus? I'm just kidding. That is not real news. That's not real news. Don't quote me on that. Beyond Meat did not cure the coronavirus. It was just a joke. Don't get all excited. What else? What else we got going on today? What else are you guys watching? What's hot today? What's hot? What's hot out there? Oh, they're partnering with Starbucks. Okay. I'm not excited for that. Starbucks Beyond Meat partnership. You can now have meat in your Starbucks lattes. You can have vegan meat right in your latte, baby. Hey, Columbus, Ohio, what's going on? I'm sure it's a little bit colder in Columbus than it is down here in Miami right now. It's like 75 degrees and beautiful out there. APT yesterday. Nice little move here on APT from $6.40 up there to $10. Right now, pulling back down there to the 10s. That yesterday's high was $10.80. Right there, you can see the high of day yesterday was $10.80. We're currently below that, but it looks like we got a little bit of support kind of at that $10 area. A little bit of support, that whole $10 area. So APT pushing up there already early this morning, push up there to 1260. Trying to push up here. I'm trying to look on this chart. Look at this thing. It's definitely APT it knows how to go to the moon. This chart, this is back in 2014 when it went from $3 up there to $10.47. So looking like a similar play here today. It's up there to the 1260 area. So big spike in the daily chart. APT trying to hold above 10. I want to see APT hold above $10, that whole dollar, that $10 area. It just sounds like a good area to buy the dip, doesn't it? When you're like, man, today I'm going to buy the dip on APT. Where do I want to buy it at? I want to buy that dip at $10. I don't know. It sounds like a good place to buy the dip, you know? And it's also kind of bouncing there at $10 right now. So I think if APT can hold above $10 here, we'll definitely look for a push. I don't know if we're going to get that to 12, but yesterday, nice little push there. Kind of sold off. You can see at open, actually, a little bit of a sell-off and then kind of rallied back from there. So we'll keep an eye on APT just to see which way she wants to go later on today. But overall, looking at the gapper list again, you guys can see what stocks are gapping up. A lot of red today, not a lot of green. Not a lot of green, baby. A lot of red, not a lot of green. Not a lot of red. Well, not a lot of green. A lot of red. All right. Hey, if you guys are currently watching this stream, this free stream that's right here on YouTube, free for everybody. If you're currently watching it, don't be afraid to hit that like button. You know, that like button, it's there for a reason. You know? That like button is, it's there to help me help you. mRNA this morning up 15%. It's got 3.3 million shares traded. I guess the news for mRNA is that they're working on a I don't know how to word this, but they're working on a vaccine for the coronavirus. So that's why we're getting this big move. And right now up there at 27.80 here on mRNA. Anything that has to do with the coronavirus today is pretty much going to be big news and probably going to rally. We've seen a couple stocks the last, 2 weeks now, making big moves because of news about coronavirus. And it seems like mRNA has something that they're working on right now. Like I said, I'm not sure it was a cure or it was a vaccine. It was one of those things. I hate to get quoted here, but looks like mRNA pushing. Look at that, from $25 just back to $27 here pre-market, dipping down there, $24.60, pushing back up there on the daily chart here. Looking like we got some resistance coming up here on mRNA. They're at the we'll say $29, $30 area. $29, $30 here for mRNA. Trying to push up right now. The pre-market high is $27.80, and overall trend kind of just trending higher right now. Yesterday, you can see kind of sold off, found a little base middle of the day there, and then rallied back pretty hard after that. So mRNA $27.75. Thinking it's a little bit of a little overextended right now currently, but we'll see. Ebola. Yeah, Ebola is the real deal. Ebola is the real deal. Tesla. I don't know why I said Tesla. Tesla here. This morning gapping down below $800 and currently at $786. A lot of people are expecting Tesla to crash from here. That 760 area, kind of a key area in the support with the trend overall. The trend right now, you can see got the EMAs, everything right there. So everybody's like, hey, if Tesla can't hold, it's going to be like a waterfall, and we're just going to start crashing back down. We'll see if that can't hold here, 760 here. Obviously, it's going to really depend on what happens to the market today. If the market wants to rally, I think everything else will kind of catch a bid, because everybody's going to be like, hey, it's time to buy the dip. I don't know. Everyone's sitting around waiting and watching and waiting and watching. And when that dip, it's not always for sure, but when something, when it starts looking like we're finding the bottom, everyone's going to start jumping in. You're going to have some serious FOMO trying to ride that wave for a little bit here. This morning, what? TEDU? Go TEDU. It's up 5,000 shares traded from yesterday from 230. This thing's got really just crazy low volume, so I guess Hoon's just trying to pump TEDU here. Just trying to pump it up, aren't you, my friend? Just trying to pump it up. Oh, you're thinking DD. We're saying 318 on the SPY, and then we're selling off after that. Okay. Makes sense. Why 318? 318 right here. We're going to push up. SPY wants to, you think the SPY is going to push to 318 here. Okay. We're going to push 318, and then we're going to sell off from there. Makes sense. It makes sense. I would have to, I would say I concur. I concur. If that's something, if I could say it that way, I concur with your thesis here. Over 315, it definitely makes sense. Push up there at 318. Again, looking here at the pre-market gapper list for you guys who are just now tuning in. If you're just now tuning in, don't be afraid to hit that like button. It's free. You get a little bit of joy. Every time you hit the like button, an angel gets his wings. That's what I heard. My grandma told me that. So my grandma told me. What do I think about TOCA as a short? I don't know. Let's take a look at it. TOCA looking a little right on the line there, huh? TOCA, the right there at 165. After 165, looks like can definitely start to sell pretty hard there. I don't know if I would. I don't know. I mean, really it just depends on the volume. If TOCA can get more volume here, it looks like yesterday kind of bounced around and kind of did some sell-offs and then bounce back, sell-offs, bounce back. So we'll see what happens. TOCA this morning, somebody's asking about it right now on the live stream as a short opportunity. I think there's some better short opportunities. Personally, I'm more of a short, the just kind of overextended, big moves, kind of breakdown kind of thing. I think TOC obviously is looking overextended up here at the 160 area when you look at a bigger time frame. But in general, I'm thinking that there's probably going to be better opportunities here today than shorting TOCA. It really depends on the volume. Right now, only 14,000 shares traded. There's not enough volume for that one to really be in play just yet. We need more volume, more action. Do I think BLPH will hold or crash back down after the big day last week? Ooh. This is like questions that you ask your, what do you call it? What's the, someone with a magic, a magic ball? Not a magic ball. What's the fortune teller? There it is. It's too early in the morning to remember what a fortune teller is. I'm not a fortune teller, people. Come on. BLPH up there to the $12 area right now, kind of riding that line there, 740 area. If you can't hold that $7 area, definitely look for a sell-off. Probably back down to the $5 area here. Oh. Like your channel, but not enough yet to play with you big boys. Huh. Future predictor lady with ball. Yeah. I don't want to be one of those. NNVC 825 still. Trying to look. Anything else popping up on the gapper list? APT now is on the gapper list there, popping up there. It's up 7%. Like I said, watching APT, that $10 area to hold support-wise, which it did there at 845. But we'll see what happens here at open if we get a little washout down to that $10 area. Be some great stuff. Lady with the ball, baby. I guess fortune tellers don't have to be ladies, but I feel like most of the time when you hear of a fortune teller, it's normally a woman. I don't know. Have you guys ever heard of a fortune teller, a man? Every single movie I've ever seen, every movie is always, the fortune teller is always a woman. I feel like that's sexist. It's just very sexist. I'm an outrage. I'm outraged. I think NNVS is looking just like a pop and a drop. Not really looking at that one. Martin just asked about NNVS. I think there's some better opportunities. You don't want to get caught up. That's one thing a lot of people end up doing sometimes. They end up getting caught up in stocks that they've kind of traded before or stocks that have made moves before. Like NNVC, people are looking at this one, and I think NNVC just looks like it's not going to really do much. So don't get caught up in, don't get caught up in only watching a couple stocks or vice versa, What do I think about InBev? Oh, I don't know. What do I think? Hey, the Garage Day Trader in the house. Well, what's up? Well, what's up, my friend? Well, what's up? All right, so there's 160 people watching. There's only 47 likes. Something's wrong here. I don't know. I don't know if I do math correct, but something is not right. Something's not right here. Just the math does not add up. Just doesn't add up. So looking for the SPY, we're watching that. We're watching that 315 area. Somebody calling out earlier over 315. They think that we could push up there towards the 318, which I would agree with you. I would agree with you on that fact. It looks like over 315 should be nice and easy. Kind of just rally back to 318 area, and then we'll kind of see which way it wants to go from there. But I think if we can't break above 315 here at open, we continue to sell off, and I think we'll make a new low today. I don't want to say we make a new low, but I think we could make a low just lower than we've been, which would have been that 309. So I think, I don't know. I'm saying if we can't break over 315 and we break below 309, it looks like 305 area where the VWAP is on the daily chart. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that too low? Are we gonna touch here 307 area before touching 305? I mean, obviously we'll touch 307 first, but looking like the VWAP is just like sitting there, right? Just in the middle of nowhere, like, hey, come touch me. Come on down, baby. Come on down. I don't know. We'll see what happens if this is gonna continue lower. Look at the volume too. Look at the volume yesterday. We got what is that? 100 and what is that? I can't even tell what the volume is on there. 218 million shares traded yesterday as a SPY. I mean, that's some serious volume, my friends. If you look here on the daily chart, I mean, there's been some big sell-offs, and we definitely don't get that type of volume every day on the big sell-offs. Normally, like you can see, this was here was 178 million, and then yesterday it was 218 million. So we'll see if this volume, this selling continues, and if we can pull back here and get down a little bit lower. A little bit lower. At 305 area. Morning. Morning. We got about 10 minutes here till the market opens. So there it is. If you guys are just now tuning in, you just missed out. Here's the gapper list one more time for you to take a look at. We've already talked about all these stocks and what we were going to do, the plan and all that stuff. It looking like SLS is kind of looking weak there at the 269 area. I like APT. Like I said, APT there. No, we'll see if that $10 area can hold. I would love to see a washout there at open down to the $10 area and then the rally from there. The pre-market high is 1260. So obviously there's some upside potential here for APT. We'll see what happens. Yesterday had a big move for APT, so keep an eye on that one. I think that's probably the big mover of the day, just to keep an eye on. As long as APT can hold that ton of $10 area, hold $10, and then look for a push from there. So we got a couple things we're watching today. We got the SPY. We're watching that 315 area. We've got APT we're watching, and then there's other stocks on the gapper list as well. So there you go. There you go. And like I said, don't be afraid to hit that like button. I know it takes a lot of work to move your little mouse over to that like button and hit it, but hey, go ahead and hit it. Go ahead and hit it, boys. TNXP up there to 82 cents currently. So a couple stocks moving around we're keeping an eye on. And what's hot today, we'll see what happens. On that note, let's have a goal. Let's have a goal today, everybody. Let's put our hands together. Let's say a little prayer to the money gods. Let's say a little prayer. I want to just say a little prayer to the money god out there and just say, hey, today I want to do one thing. I don't care how much money I make. All I care about is I want to end the day green. That should always be your goal. I told my girlfriend the other day, I made $400 today, and she's like, well, just keep going. You're making money. Why don't you keep going? I said, hey, pigs get slaughtered. Sheep get slaughtered. Everybody gets slaughtered, but you gotta be smart. You gotta take money when you got it. You gotta take that green, and you gotta walk away sometimes, and you gotta be happy and content. You make $400 every day, baby. Whew! I'm happy with that. So there it is. Let's all pray for some green today, and let's end it green. Let's end the day green, and I'll talk to you guys later on.